Hello, everyone. Welcome to the LSUS Esports Time Capsule. We go back in time by sharing our stories and revisiting our teams. And today we have the Overwatch 2 team. We have myself, Elliot, my co-host KP, and our lovely guest Jordyn. So, Jordyn, how are you doing today? How's life been?
I'm doing good. Still going through school, like completely different major. I'm
Mm,
even playing different games now, and life is lifing,
yep.
but life been good.
Hmm. I gotcha. Well, we're here to talk about the Overwatch 2 team, the one and only sequel episode of our podcast, because we talked about the Overwatch 1 team. And spoiler alert, the team did not die. And we're going to talk about that today. And yeah, all three of us were on the inaugural Overwatch 2 roster. That's why we're all here. And so that's what we'll be talking about. So I'm just going to get straight into it. But first, there's a little pop up that I need to get rid of.
The
There
pop
it
up.
goes. No, it's like streamer mode's enabled. It's just like, yeah, I know. Thank you, Discord. But I'll just get straight into it. Where we last left off on the Overwatch 1 roster, just trying to think. I also need to get my notes out. But summer 2023 was essentially when the Overwatch 1 team died because we just didn't have enough players. Okay, there's my notes. Sorry. Okay, great. Um, the Overwatch 2 team was not made when the game first came out because Overwatch 2 came out in October 2023, and at that point we KP and I we decided we're gonna go on a hiatus. We need new players. We need more players. So it was basically him and I was just the Overwatch team at that point, and that semester was when we found the inaugural team because KP, you're the one that actually brought everyone else together because you're the one that got
Yeah.
Lonnie on, and then you got Jordyn and Colton on, and then Jamie was our sub. So that was the inaugural roster. I'll just go over it again. KP, myself, Jordyn, Colton, Lonnie, Jamie as our sub. But KP, tell me how you one upped me at my job and then brought everyone else. So how did you find everyone?
So, um, it was really on a whim, to be honest with Jordyn, because we were working at Stacks, on campus, and I think I had mentioned it to Colton and them, because Colton was my manager at the time over there at Stacks, and I was working with Jordyn. I was like, we don't have anybody to like play, and Colton, he was on the Overwatch 1 team
Yep.
at one point as well.
Yep.
So I was like, hey, do you want to come back for a round two? And if so, it would be really, really beneficial because we don't have anybody. And then on top of that, you're not new. You know what I'm saying? So I was
Yep.
like, okay, Colton, come back. I had to drag him. Then it took me a lot of convincing to get Jordyn here because I was like, we need you now. I don't care what you play. Let's go because we need to get it together. And at first, you were really hesitant. You was like, give me yeah, yeah, give me a little time. And then I was like, time is not your best friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need you now. So eventually, she gave in, and then she played with us, and we had a grand time.
We did have a great time. How'd you meet Lonnie? That's another fun story.
Okay, that's a very fun story. So I've never encountered someone of Lonnie's like beauty, if that makes sense. So
Okay.
when she like in DM'd me, I was like, who is this? It was like very random. I've never seen a profile picture like she had hers because she used to be a tattoo model uh
Yep.
back in her days. And so I was very confused. I was like, is this like a bot? Like, what is this? And then I also saw that she had like uh streaming like
Like a Twitch link.
subscription site.
Oh, that too. Yeah.
Yeah, she had a subscription site, and I was like, this has to be a bot. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, no, 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 I'm not a bot. I'm not a bot. I'm real. I'm real. And she was just basically saying that she came. to LSUS, and she heard about the Overwatch team and she wanted to join. And I was like, well, it was the Overwatch, well, not the Overwatch, the esports club.
Yeah.
And then that's when she was like, "Oh my gosh, you got an Overwatch team? Yeah, I want to join that too." So it was pretty, I guess, easy to recruit Lonnie since she already wanted to be, part of like the team and everything.
Yep. And so that was the roster, and we were in NACE Starleague, and we finally had conferences. The promised land, we
Yes.
finally got conferences. So this is how the NACE Starleague. Oh, Jordyn, you're saying something?
No.
I interrupted you. So my bad. I didn't clock in. My
yeah.
bad. No, my bad. So NACE Starleague, how the conference system works. 8 schools are brought together. They have roughly the same rank. It wasn't like bulletproof back then. There were still some other high-ranking teams, but there was finally some like common ground rank-wise. And so it's a round robin. So you face off against every other school in your conference, and at the end of like a month and a half, top 6 teams go into playoffs, and playoffs is a single elimination bracket. And number 1 and number 2 start in semifinals. Everyone else starts at quarterfinals. And last team standing wins. There's 3 phases: quarterfinals, semifinals, grand finals. Whoever wins the grand finals wins the whole thing. So I was pumped going into the season because there was finally like a more regular, like competitive system, more integrity. Because another thing that they introduced was you had to attach your, or no, it wasn't that. It was no more private profiles, because in the game you can private your account. Nobody can see your rank or anything that you do on there. But NACE at that time made it completely mandatory. And honestly, there were some teams that we faced that would not start the game until everyone was unprivated, which is completely valid and makes a whole lot of sense. But this season, or I guess to say, what is Overwatch 2? Literally the same as Overwatch 1, except it's 5v5 and there's more characters, and you go to different places in the game, and you do all sorts of different objectives, like control, King of the Hill, you move a car from one place to another place, or a little bit of both. And you also move a robot. That was also a fun game mode. But that's essentially Overwatch 2. But this season, it was our inaugural season. It didn't go as well as I thought it was going to go, because the very first week, it was against University of Michigan in Flint, and we got a forfeit win. But we still, I don't know if y'all remember this, we still wanted to do a live stream because we were the first game of the season. We're like, okay, we got to do something. We got to show something. And we were having tech issues with our streaming PC back then. So Austin from the Overwatch team, Overwatch 1 team, and I, we moved my PC by hand from Pilot's Point to the lab. We carried the PC all the way there. This is like a 15, 20-minute walk because we had to stop for breaks. And like I get there, and then that's when I find out that like, oh, they've forfeited. And I was just like, nope, plug in my PC. We're still live streaming. I don't care. Because I was like the bona fide manager at that point. I was the official manager. I was like, nope, we're still live streaming. Run it, everyone. And that we just played quick play together. There were some pretty funny moments from there. That game. I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, I slept a Nano Reaper. Colton woke him up, and then I just went off on everyone. I was so bad. I thought it was you that did it at first, Jordyn. I thought it was you. But no, I checked the clip afterwards. It was 100% Colton, so if he's watching this, your fault.
You're done, buddy.
Oh my gosh. And then but then for like almost the rest of the whole season, we just kept losing. We kept getting swept. Like we were in the trenches for most of that season.
Did we win at all?
We did
on that season.
We did actually.
Okay. Oh wait, it was the last game, wasn't it?
Second to last.
Second to last.
Do y'all remember who it was?
I have no idea. I think did you already say it in like the other podcast or no?
No, I didn't actually.
Might be Georgia. I don't know. I don't know.
It wasn't Georgia.
Bro, I've been guessing all wrong today.
I know you got. Listen, you got to get one right, or you and Jordyn got to try to get one right. But their one and only win It was against Glenville State, the Pioneers.
Glenville, the Pioneers.
Arkansas,
I don't even remember that.
I think it was a southern school.
Yeah.
It was a southern school, and I remember like at this point I was like burnt out because we just kept losing. And I was just like, it wasn't because like I wasn't solely because like, oh, we're losing, I want to quit. It was just like, it's my last semester. Like I just want to try to finish it well enough because my first, I never really told anyone this before. The my 3 goals for making the Overwatch team was I wanted to go to playoffs, I wanted to make new friends, and I wanted to make a new comp record. But guess what? We swept Glenville, and that was the very first time the Overwatch team went to playoffs. That one game. That one win. That's all we needed.
Win.
That was all we needed. Yeah, because both of us, we were both like 1-4. So whoever won,
1-4.
yeah, whoever won clinched playoffs, and the other team couldn't get in. And so that was a big sweep. That was a big deal. I wanted to ask y'all, what do y'all remember from that game? I want to hear y'all's side of it.
I'll let Jordyn go first.
You're evil because I don't even like. I don't even know if it was the same game, but I do remember like I was on Reaper, and I don't even like Overwatch was like my first like type of game where it was like 6v6 or
5v5.
So I was really like scared to like, I don't know, being other people had to rely on me to do a good job because I'm like, well, this is my first time playing this. I don't want to be like very bad at the game and then like I'll see something that y'all care about. But like I was on Reaper and I remember like dropping down from like, I forget what map it was. I think it was like Kings Row. And I remember dropping down from like a high place and then with my ult, and then I got a whole team kill. Like that felt so good.
Yeah, I remember that play. It might have been
that was just so.
Was it Glenville? I don't remember. I remember the play. I don't remember if it was the same series, but no, I definitely remember that play. KP, what do you remember about it?
I think I remember. That's the one with Lonnie in it, right?
Yeah, that was inaugural.
If you tune in to our, trailer that we're going to be having, it's going to be in there, right? Isn't it going to be in there?
Nothing from the Glenville.
Or is it the other one?
One of the videos. There's definitely going to be some moments in the Glenville game that are going to be in some future videos, but yeah, there's going to be some future videos. Yeah, y'all better watch those after that. After this, go straight to it. But yeah, that was, I think, like, I'm going to be honest, that was like my favorite like Overwatch moment of all time. Just making it like I remember it was Dorado. We were like at the final moments, like my heart was racing, and as soon as it said victory, I just yelled at Tom, like we're going to playoffs. Like I cursed so much, I was like, I could not contain myself. I could not contain myself. I was so excited, and you can see me actually. We'll post this later. Like you can see me, like my hands are in my face. I was just relieved, like a big stone just lifted from me, and we're all talking and chatting all about it, and I was just so. Like that day was so special to me.
Yeah, piggybacking off of that, I was like, I think because they almost full capped on that map, and then we were like, oh my gosh, like, are we able to do this? And I was like, you know what? Put me on this Echo, give me a pocket, and let's go. Like, let's get it.
No, I pocketed both of y'all too, because I was on Mercy.
Right. What was that I told you in the game? I was like, if I go in deep. Don't follow.
That's right. No, that was It wasn't that game. It was an earlier game. But no, I remember you telling me that. No, I'll tell this story real fast. No, we were in the game. You were telling me like, hey, if I'm in trouble, like, don't fly to me, don't follow me. And then you were just like, look at me look at me. I'm looking at you at the lobby. I'm like this. You're just like, Elliot, look at me. I was like, I'm looking at you. And then you're just like, no, not. They're like, no, look at me in the game. I was like, I had echo in my face. I was like, oh shit, oops.
That was so funny because I was telling you to look at me in the game, and then like you're literally like
I'm across the lab. We were in completely opposite direction. Like we're on opposite sides, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm looking at you. Um,
Mm-mm.
but about that game, there were two things I think that gave us the edge in one. One, we finally had a scrim before that game because availability was kind of up in the air at that point. VOD reviews weren't a problem, and just like getting together wasn't the problem. It was just actually scrimming and getting every single person ready for the scrim. We had one scrim, and like everything connected. We won the scrim. Like it, that's just where it all came from. And two, the time we actually played them, we weren't supposed to play them then because our game day with them, the official one, was the week before, but they had technical difficulties, and so we had to reschedule. And we didn't have. I don't remember who was. It might have been you, Jordyn. Someone was absent, and we had to bring Jamie in, and like we were waiting, and there's like, hey, we have to reschedule, and so we got the main team together for next week, and that's when we were able to wipe them. I'm going to be honest, if we had that original game day, I don't think we would have won. So
You're right. I think we were like really high on edge.
I
when
was
that
on
game
edge.
did happen.
Yeah, because I was just like, this is literally now or never. Because it doesn't
No,
matter.
like-
No, it doesn't matter. Like, if we lost this, and then if we lost our final game day of the season, like it didn't matter. The last game day wouldn't have mattered, anyways. Like we had to win that game.
Right.
And so we swept them. I pocketed y'all in Mercy. We poked them pretty well. Went on a bunch of flanks. So that was lovely. But the final game day, it was against. Do y'all know? It's a Florida team. I'll give you a hint. It's a Florida team. It was a sister team, a Florida sister team. So same university, two different cities. No?
My memory is so bad.
No? Alright, I'll give it to y'all. Alright, okay. Sarasota. Y'all remember Kaiser Sarasota?
Sarasota, yes.
Yep.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I can see like the names.
KU Sarasota
top.
or like KU Seahawks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Sarasota. That was a barn burner. Unfortunately, we got reverse swept, which was like we dominated the first two maps, and then they just steamrolled us the rest of the way. I will say there's only one game day that I will never watch. It was map 4 of us versus KU Sarasota, because it was our very first time on push. We never played push. We never made it that far in any game day. We knew the map. We never actually played it. And we had the lead, and then they destroyed us. We got so tilted. We were so mad. Do y'all remember that?
I think it was because of their Zarya. Their Zarya was really good.
Yeah, because
I think you were playing Zarya, right?
Yeah, because we had a Ramatra comp. We had a Ramatra Brawl comp. That was our bread and butter. But like, she just kept going past Colton on the Ramatra and then just shredding us. We just got so mad at each other. We got so mad at like the end of the map. I was like, we need to take deep breaths, because this is what you do. Like we need like a break. We took a break for so long. It was like 10, 15 minutes. That Sarasota was like, hey, we need to get going. I was like, oh, sorry. But yeah, that was that game. We unfortunately lost, but we still made it to playoffs. That's all that mattered to me. Because if we beat Sarasota, we would get 5th seed. And that was it. And that was that regular season. And do y'all remember quarterfinals?
Yeah. Jordyn, what do you remember from that? It was the last game.
That
last
semester.
ever game.
I do remember, but I think, okay, do y'all remember what map it was?
Against in quarterfinals?
Yeah.
Um.
Because like I have, because all I remember, like what I really last remember was like Thurno or Baptiste being like really good. Like
Theirs, yeah. Because we didn't play BAP on our team. Lonnie and I, we didn't know BAP, or we weren't comfortable on BAP. Yeah, this was Cobber ESports. They were the Symmetra team, and then we just got shredded, completely shredded.
That's when they were teleporting like in the craziest
Yeah.
places.
Yep.
And I was like, bruh, like, why are we
What is going?
like,
Like, what is
are y'all
happening?
serious? Like, we don't
Yeah.
even know how to play against this. That's just unorthodox.
And the whole team just comes out of that portal. I'm just like, and then we
Yeah.
Yeah.
just all die.
Yep.
Wait,
Insane.
where you were on? Uh, you were on Soldier
I think
up top, right?
no, because I think I do remember being you know that area with the, I think it was like the door, like
Are you talking about Li Jiang Tower? Are you talking about Li Jiang?
no.
Li Jiang, Kings Row, Route 66. I'm gonna just start naming that. Well, no, those were the only maps we played. It was Li Jiang, Kings Row, Route 66. It was one of
Then
those
it was
six.
Kings Road.
Kings Row.
Kings Road there. I remember being like you know that part to the right, like right next to the point, and then that's where they teleported. I remember being right there and just looking.
Oh yeah, that bridge. Yeah.
And I Reaper. Something I can't remember, but yeah, that game was crazy.
Yeah, I don't think I admitted this to y'all yet, but after that game, like I walked home, I cried.
You
I cried.
cried.
Everything. I kind of had to force it because it was like a windy day. Like I was just like, I felt like shit because it was like, because that was like my like, I was really salty back then. I've accepted it now, but like back then I was just like, I can't believe like it ended like that. That's why I was just so mad at my self, and like I kind of had to like keep my eyes open for a bit, but like I had like a good like 2 minute cry, and then I just went back to my dorm and just decompressed for the rest of the night. Because I also remember that season just in general, like whenever we lost, y'all always like got back on the game, but like I'm just not that type of person. I'm really not. Like if I do like a loss or anything like that, I just need to like decompress, like think on it, and then just move on. So I hope y'all didn't think I was like tilted or anything when I left early. I was just like, I cannot pick up this game right now. Like I need a break for sure. Um, but that was that. That was that semester. Is there anything else or y'all remember from that semester? Any stories you wanted to tell from that inaugural season?
I think the only, I think around that time we were starting to have more proper, uh, I guess practices
Yes.
around that time because Dragon was really heavily invested
Yeah.
in that season. I feel
Yeah.
like,
Dragon was completely on board at this point. So the former coach we talked about
yeah,
in Overwatch One, no longer there. The rest of our staff that we had kind of just fizzled out or just left. So Dragon was our one and only main coach, and Connor too. Actually, he was our assistant coach.
oh yeah, Connor too.
Yep. So it was Dragon and Connor.
But yeah, I just remember like us having like functional practices that actually helped us like be not like necessarily win a game, but learn how to play the game.
Yep.
Because like we also like we didn't like, it wasn't like Overwatch 1 where we had like a lot of people that like had a good basis of the game or good understanding. Overwatch 2 was a brand new game.
Yep.
We didn't really understand like how the like the dynamics would work with only having 5, people as opposed to 6. So it was definitely an eye opener.
I got you, Jordan. Anything you remember you want to pitch in?
Um, um, I do remember. I don't know if they knew. Like I felt very like under pressure because I mean DPS is like kind of a role that you know you kind of have to perform for
For
like
sure. Yeah.
anything to happen or for the game. So it felt more like I didn't want to let the team down because I kept letting go of high ground and like no matter what I do, like if I teleported, Reaper's teleport is loud.
It is.
So
Yep.
it just felt like whatever I would do if I would try to flank or whatever, like I didn't know how to properly execute it, and that would just lead to me dying and then us like trying to recoup and like push together all over again. And then it just felt like so much pressure, but I have a really amazing time in it. Like made me I don't know, think about games in a way that I just never did before.
Mhm.
If that makes sense. Like I started thinking about them in like a more competitive aspect and like actually thinking about strategy instead of just like, just playing casually
Mhm.
or whenever. But I did have a really great time.
That's good. Yeah,
Very fun.
I think in like that roster, that inaugural roster, I don't think there was any like um how do I call it? Like no like bad seasons. I don't think there was like in the past there's like been like one or two players that were kind of like bringing the rest of the team down just for various reasons. I don't think we had that at all in like the main roster. And I'm grateful for that we all for the most part got along. Minus like anything that happened like in between games or any drama that popped up. But I'm really happy about that. And last thing I'll mention before we head to summer was we had we all got together at Spicy Roll at Bossier City. That was like our final like team dinner. That was really nice. Just getting almost everyone together and just talking about like what happened in the semester and there's like personal MVPs or like best moments. That was really nice, and I'm glad that was a trend that sort of kind of stuck on with the other teams. But that was really nice to be able to do that with y'all. Let's go to my notes. But after that, we had summer. We had tournaments. We didn't do a whole lot. We just did tournaments. That was CMU versus LSUS, the second show match. Because this was a tradition at this point. We did it last summer. That was pretty fun, so we just did it again. I'm trying to remember who was on it. I'm pretty sure it was like the main team, minus Jamie, minus me. I had to graduate, and I captain from LSU Baton Rouge took my place, and then it was other Colorado Mesa players. We love them. We love Colorado Mesa. We already talked about them in the Overwatch 1 podcast. If you don't know about them, go listen to that. Most of our gushing about them is in that episode. But we did it differently this time because we had mini games, proper mini games that we started with, and then we did like a little round robin tournament. Everyone made their own team names and all of that. So that was pretty fun. I'm gonna ask all for y'all's memories, but KP, I think I already know yours. When you got 360 pulse bombed by Dragon, or not Dragon, sorry, Badger.
Right.
Yeah.
I
saw that live. I screamed when I saw that happen.
So let's just
set the scene.
Let's set the scene.
Yeah.
I just died. I'm coming back from spawn. The last thing you expect is someone to be above you, behind you, or really in front of you from that type of map. And so I think we were like close to the second point, and I'm like going through the first point, and then walking my way up. And I forgot who I was with.
Leo.
But Leo. We were just walking together.
And he was one of our trainees.
All of a sudden,
sorry, I just want to establish that Leo was one of our trainees. Continue.
Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, wait, something feels off. I hear ding, 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 and it's the pulse bomb. And before I can even react, I'm dead. I see my name at the top right in the kill feed saying I'm dead by a bomb. So I'm like, who did this? The whole time it was Badger.
Yep.
He was plotting on me. He plotted on me. That's what he did. Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, that was so... Yeah. I could not believe it. I clipped it the moment I saw it. For sure. That cannot be erased.
It kind of scared me.
I'm sure it did.
It was just like an unexpected thing. Like, it's just like, boom, you're dead. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's kind of like a jump scare in like Valorant. Like when you get headshot and you just... like, it was just real scary.
Yeah. Did you play against Jordyn? I don't remember. Were you in it? Let me... give me a minute. Let me find it. Let me find it because I remember I pinged like all of us in like a final post, be like, "Hey, this is the game plan for the day." Let me find it.
I want to say I was there.
I felt like you were.
It should have been the main. I'm pretty sure it's like main roster and then some ex players because Connor and Harold were also there. This is not. Hold on. Let's just look up CMU. Uh, do, 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 Okay, I got it. It was Colt, Leo, those were our trainees, Connor, and then us three, and Harold and Colton. That was everyone that was in the team, and then we mixed it as well as we could. So, nevertheless, Badgers team won again. The carry of CMU, he won again. No surprise there. The team, there's three teams. It was Discord Kittens, it was Crowd Control, and then something with like the neuron activation meme. I don't remember, like Big Brain something. I don't remember, but
Something like that.
yeah, those were the teams, and that was a good time. I watched from the sideline. That was pretty fun to watch that, but that was the last one we did with them. But hey, maybe it'll make a comeback. We don't know. The last thing we did that's in summer 2023 was the Revitalize Cup. Do y'all remember this? This is like
Yes.
later in the summer. This is like late. This is like July.
Just like a little bit.
Okay, I'll set the scene. It was
Set the scene.
yeah. So Connor was on Revitalize, the organization. They're like a tier 3, tier 4 organization that competes in like Face It, other non-collegiate, like low level conferences, and they were hosting a tournament, just a random tournament, and it got big on TikTok for some reason. Like it just got that TikTok virality bug, just got it, and so a lot more teams joined, and it was a proper tournament now, and it was just this basic double elimination bracket. So if you lose twice, you're out. And we got paired up. The roster, I think, was like me as the sub, KP, Jordyn, Colt, and Colton. That was the team. And our first match was actually against KU Sarasota. We requested a rematch, and they actually gave it to us. And we were the first live streamed game for the tournament. So that was hype. And I was just watching from the sidelines. We got swept, but it was just different. It was just a different, like, LSUS Overwatch team. And Jordyn, I think that was your first time on support too, because you wanted the role swap.
I think I remember wanting to play support.
Yeah, because you brought it up. You brought it up to me because I was the manager. I was like, "Hey, I want to role swap." I was like, "Go ahead." Just let the rest of the team know, see what they think. But like, you have my blessing. But yeah, that was what
I want to say, what made you switch to support? Mm-hmm. Let's
That's
get
a
into
very
it.
good question. I feel like there's more power in being a support, and I feel like it does require a lot more skill. It might be a little controversial, but I think it might require a lot more skill than it does like any of the other roles. Because you have to be aware of everything, keep
That's
everybody alive, and in your own name, and then you have to also stay out of the way of the enemy, so you won't get sniped by Widow or whatever. There, I wanted to give it a try and kind of challenge myself to see if I was even able to like perform under that type of pressure, and I feel like it was pretty fun, and that just kind of kickstarted me wanting to like stay on support and like other games like it too.
Yeah, that did get swept by Sarasota, but I think it was still a fun showing, still a fun game for y'all. But we got knocked down to the lower bracket. We won like one or two lower bracket game, or we won one, then we got a forfeit win, so we got to like round 3 of losers bracket, and then it was day 2. I came in. I don't remember who got subbed out. It might have been Colt, I think. So I think like you, Jordan, were back on DPS, and then I came back on support, and then that's what we ran with. We didn't stream it. There's like 1 or 2 clips I have, like personal clips. I don't even remember who we faced off against. But we ultimately did bow out. We got knocked out, and that was my final collegiate like tournament ever. Like that was it. Like just that's when I retired.
RIP.
Rest in peace. Yeah, that was it. That was certainly like less emotional than like the quarterfinals game, because like I knew going into it, I was like, okay, this is it. Like, there's no more tournaments for me to join. I'm gonna have fun with it, and that was that. But another funny thing about that tournament to close it out, there was because it got onto TikTok, it got got TikTok famous. There were a lot of like high ranked teams because like I think in general it was like a silver to plat, nothing serious. I think there was a prize pool, like a small prize pool, um, but people were calling like the grandmaster, the diamond plus teams. They started calling them Avengers teams.
I remember
In the chat,
that.
I showed that to you. I couldn't believe it. It was just like these stupid Avengers teams. And I'm just like, it just blew my mind. I was just, and
Right.
I don't even know who came up with that. And then there was an argument. I'm not going to share it on here, but there was an argument of like with the Seahawks because they were in two. Someone asked them, "Oh, Seahawks, you're all from Seattle?" And someone was like, "Bro, they're from Sarasota. What do you mean, like Seattle, Florida?" And then they were making fun of him for it, and I was just like, "Ooh,
That's crazy.
sorry, kid."
That's so corny but funny at the same time.
Oh my! I just remembered this. Before our game with KU Sarasota, we actually got into each other's voice calls because we had to play. We had to do comms in their server because it was broadcasted. So they were like visiting us and we were visiting them. I remember. I know you talked to them more, KB, but I remember there was like one time I was just like, "Hey," or they're just like, "Hey," I just kept asking them like, "Hey, what are y'all gonna run? We'll copy it. We're just gonna tell us what you're playing. We're gonna do the same thing too." They're like, "No, we're experimenting." I was like, "No. You can tell us."
I don't know. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Give it to us. We wanna know what y'all got going on.
Still lost, but hey, like I said, it was all fun and games. It was really fun. I did have a good time there. Was there anything else y'all remember from there that y'all wanted to share?
Um, I just remember like just us ending it, and I was like, you know what? That may be the last game that I ever played, but it was actually when I was in Sun Conference. That was our last unexpected game that we
Yes.
played.
Jordyn, is there anything you want to share? Or can we move on?
Well,
Move on. All right. So at this point, this is fall 2023, and then I'm actually gonna let KP take over because from like fall 2023 to like spring 2024, I was not involved at all. Me, the founder, no roles, no nothing, just moved on with my life. So KP, take it over. Tell us about Sun Conference and that semester.
Well, I think so you wasn't on the team. Were you on the team with Sarah and Jordyn when they were there? Or was that a separate thing? Because I think the Sun Conference happened in spring, and then we did the. No, no,
Oh
no.
no,
You're right.
no,
You're right. I
no,
think
fall, no,
we
fall first, right?
fall first,
Oh yeah,
right?
so
And
yeah, start
then
there, yeah.
was it the Sun Conference?
Yeah, fall, then Sun Conference, and then
Okay.
break, and
So
then next generation. So
yeah. So for fall, that's when you wasn't playing. You were not playing, but it was me, Jordyn, Sarah, the other Jordyn, and I think Colton, right?
wasn't Logan there too?
Oh, and Logan and Jamie.
Yep.
Um, and so that whole semester, it was pretty chill. I think at that point, everything up until that season was more so very competitive in the previous seasons, and I think like this was like the first time we were like, you know what, let's just play the game and be chill.
Mm.
And it was like a more casual play. Like there was still some competitiveness to it, but overall, that semester made me realize like, you can still have fun
Mm.
and play the game, but also want to win. It's a very thin line though. It's a
Extremely,
very thin line.
very thin. Yes.
Especially coming from like a competitive person myself, having to like re I guess reinvent my mindset for playing casually. Like you can't like say certain things, you can't like really push for certain, I guess, motives from people and stuff like that. And so it was like, let's just play the game and chill and see what happens. And I'm trying to see, I don't think did we win a game in that season?
Yes, you did.
I think we
remember
won
it,
like what, one?
One. At least, or
Yeah,
yeah, it was one.
one.
Do y'all remember? I'll
I
accept the
have no
letters at this
idea.
point. I'll accept the letters at this point.
You gotta let me know. Let me know. Let me
Okay,
know. Let me know.
okay. Starts with an O. Starts with an O. This was week 1.
Oh, Olive. I know. Not Olive.
Close.
It was close. I know. As soon as you say it, I'm gonna be like,
You're close. Okay.
wow.
All right. Jordan, do you have any guesses?
Absolutely not.
All right, I got you. I got you. All right. All right. I was. I might butcher this name. I'm so sorry if I do. Olivet Nazarene.
Right,
You were close.
right,
I'll give you a
right.
partial point.
I gotta
You
ate
got
that. I
Olive.
ate that though. I
You
ate
kinda
that.
got
I
that,
ate
yeah.
that. I ate that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that was the first
those.
and only one that semester.
Mhm. So I think, because at that time, Jamie, she was like fairly new. Jamie never played the game at all, and I think she was one of the tanks, and she wanted to be like a tank. Well, really, she didn't really have like a role that she wanted to play. It was more so what she felt more comfortable with, and so tank was the first option. So we were like, we can do that. We can work with that. We can do some stuff like that. I can do support with Lonnie, and we're gonna have Jordan and well,
Jordan.
basically the Jordan and Jordan
Yeah.
played DPS at that time, and we was gonna just just chill, play the game, and after a certain amount of games, I think we had substituted Colton in. I think like midway through the season, we had put Colton in because he had came back again, and because at that time he wasn't able to come to practice, and so like he wasn't comfortable with like playing the game at all because he wasn't coming to practice, which is understandable. Um, but we did put him in mid-season, and I guess the comfortability level uh, rose just a little bit more now that we had like a certified like one like just a tank. Like we had a certified tank player, and so everyone else could like really move. Because believe it or not, literally everybody on that team was either a tank player or a support player. Like we were flexed out. No one wanted to play DPS
I don't
at
doubt it.
all
I don't doubt
because
it.
it was just playing DPS around that time was just so bad because the supports were so powerful
Oh yeah.
and the tanks, like if you lose them, if you lose your tank,
It's
then you
over.
lose that team fight,
Yep.
which ultimately means you stagger and you lose the game. You know what I'm saying? And so um the whole it was just like very chill, very I guess you would say casual for that first semester. And then spring semester, our sponsor Matt, he gave us a proposition to play into the Sun Conference, which if nobody knows, it's a fairly new conference,
Newish.
and it's very newish, and it also has NAIA colleges. So basically, the colleges that we play, like in baseball or basketball,
Basketball. Soccer.
those same teams, yeah, soccer, those same teams also had esports teams, and it was kind of essentially like a D1 division, like a
It felt
D1
like one.
division Sun Conference for gaming, and that's when we had like a brand new roster. I don't think Jordyn was playing at that time. The other Jordyn, I think she had left, and then Sarah had graduated. I think at
No, she
around that
didn't
time.
graduate. No, she would.
She didn't
Or
graduate then.
no, she didn't graduate then, but she wasn't on the team because it was
Oh, she wasn't on the team. I think she was playing something else. She was playing Valorant at the
well,
time,
Valorant and
and she was
C or well, it doesn't matter
Valorant.
because uh, I guess I'll take that from you for a second. That team y'all faced off against Weber International. Swept them. It was kind of a stomp because I'll mention this for you, KP. Like the Sun Conference felt like play versus, where there's a lot of newness. There was no rank lock, but like I think y'all had the hunch that most of these teams were new, and y'all might have been the only ones who had experience. So it was kind of not as bad as play versus, but it was like in that territory. And y'all actually did just to back up for a second. Y'all did go to playoffs again. Technically, can you tell me about that real fast? So, like, because I remember like y'all only won that one game.
God.
Y'all did go well. I think if you'll allow me, because y'all only won one game. Y'all weren't expecting to go to playoffs at all, right? Y'all were just like, you know what, we had a good season. So be it. But then y'all got an email notification or something. Y'all actually did make it because of like an eternal tiebreaker. Like y'all did clinch it just from that one win. I don't even remember who y'all
I
faced
think
off.
also
Because
one of the other teams had to forfeit the whole season as well
that's
because
right.
they
Yep.
forfeited 2 times.
Yep.
And so in that conference, we only had 8, and the top 6
Go on.
gets to go.
Yeah.
And then we won one of them. I'm sorry, my cat is like running around the house. And we won one of them, and I think that last team went like 0-0, like they just didn't win any, I think, or something like that. Or it was a tiebreaker, and then I think we won like more maps than them or something.
Yeah.
But I don't really remember too much about the playoffs because it was more so it was so very casual that
Yeah.
it
Y'all
kind of
did.
sounds weird to
Yeah.
say, but like it really didn't have like a very powerful meaning behind like the games we were playing.
Yeah, y'all didn't like I said, y'all weren't expecting to go anyways, so it was a complete surprise.
Right. We were
Uh,
just like, oh, playoffs? Okay. I mean, it's just one more game. Let's
you know
get
what? I
it.
remember now. It was Southern Mississippi. Is that
Southern
correct?
Mississippi.
Academy, Southern Mississippi Academy.
Hmm.
Yeah, well, y'all did win a map against them in like the last like regular week, because you and Colton roll swapped and that answered that
Yeah.
problem.
Hmm.
But yeah, I got just wanted to mention that. But yeah, back to Sun Conference. It was y'all won the only game against Web International. Y'all swept, but there was no more games after that. KP, can you tell us why?
Yes. So after we played our first game, we were really ecstatic about it. Like we had like I think I was the only like OG from start to finish
Yep.
to be on this team. And so like we had a brand new roster and we were like so ecstatic that we won. We were like really pumped up for the next game. And we get a notification from our sponsor and Matt was like, yeah, most of everyone is not qualified to play anymore. And that wasn't just for the Overwatch team; it was for like the
Everyone.
whole club in general.
Everyone.
Most of us didn't either have enough credits or didn't meet like I guess the academic requirements as far as like hours or something like that within the semester and stuff like that. And most of the teams had to drop. Well, literally, I think the only team that didn't have to drop out was Smash.
Probably. That sounds
Um,
about right.
Yeah, and then every other team had to drop out because we only had enough players to make a team. We didn't really have like,
No
two to
no
three
12 man,
subs.
no 12
Yeah,
mans.
we didn't have a
From
12-man roster like
spring.
Overwatch 1.
Yeah.
So, we had just enough players to play every single game that they had available for us. And it was kind of sad because like we were like really pumped up and we were like, yeah, we're gonna win, 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 win. And they were like, no, you're gonna drop out, out, out. And I was like, no. And what's really funny was after that game we won, they said that they hope to see us again the next week. And I'm pretty sure that next week they were like, where is LSUS at? Like,
Yeah.
like it was so funny.
I gotcha. Jordan, I have a quick question for you, and then we can get to the rest of the season. Jordan, what was it like for you to like go from spring to fall, from like more serious, more competitive to like more casual? How did you take that as you play the game?
I think I'm also a competitive person, so
That culture
being
shift.
since
I
I
mean,
couldn't I couldn't like finish the fall semester at LSUS because that's when I kind of transferred out. But I did like the idea of like trying to like chill a little bit, but I also feel like if we have no like expectations for ourselves, like, especially in that type of like fitting, that like, I feel like we're not even really gonna like get anywhere. Just thinking the lowest, like we're not even actually trying outside of, and I think that just kind of frustrated me a little bit because it felt like I was trying to think of like or try new characters to play like for different comps and everything, and it just felt like it wasn't enough, I guess. But I didn't want to feel like but I didn't
Basically,
feel
like
like I
you're.
wanted because chill. Like, it wasn't supposed to be like competitive, you know?
Yeah, because I remember like at the very start of the semester, like KP, you and I, like winter 2022, or no, winter 2021 was when we were like making like charts and stuff of like which players can be starters, which players can be like. I could notice too, which was it's not a bad thing, but just noticing like the competitiveness and like the seriousness was like slowly like go away. But I feel like that culture shift was needed. Um, at that point. But now that all that's talked about, Kibby, you need to talk about the I guess the latest semester at this point, the final semester with the brand new team, or am I thinking of or because now I'm trying to remember. So it was like inaugural fall, and then spring, and then fall. Or I'm the founder, and I'm getting these dates mixed up.
So the spring was the Sun Conference, and
Yes.
then are you talking about that next fall?
Yes, the next fall with
Okay,
the new one, and then
so the next fall, I think all the teams were like, let's just go on a hiatus. I think
that's
around
spring,
that
yeah.
time.
Or what?
Yeah, so in
There was
spring
a double
we decided,
hiatus, right?
yeah, it was a double hiatus.
Was oh okay. I must
I
be
think
misremembering
so.
that.
Unless another team, I know the Overwatch team itself went on a hiatus after that one because at that time we didn't have anybody else because Jordyn had left, and then the Jordyn that we're talking to now that she left, and then
I'm looking it up. You keep going, just to make sure.
I think Colton wasn't able to play anymore as well because he had graduated. He graduated that fall. No, wait. I think it was next fall. I think I'm getting my times mixed up. But I think we didn't have enough players to begin with, and then that's when I started focusing more on my academics as well, because I was getting close to graduation, and I was like,
Okay,
I need to lock in.
got the official times.
Okay.
Spring 2024 was Sun Conference. That was when all the teams had to go on hiatus. But then y'all did play
Hmm.
that fall 2024. Y'all played that fall,
Oh, okay.
and that
Okay.
was the brand new team.
That was the team without me, right?
Correct. You were the. I'm
I
just
think I
double
was
checking.
like
Yeah,
I think I was like the manager for the team. Yeah.
yeah. You were the manager. You were the
Yeah, I
manager.
was the manager for the team. Wow, I took over Elliot's
Yeah. Well, Lonnie took
position
over
and
first.
became.
It was tiny manager timeline. Me, then Lonnie, then KP.
Mhm.
So
So yeah, I think we took over that, and then I feel like Dragon wasn't as heavily involved with them at that time, but he still came in and like, did a few like training camps with the people, and I think who was it that was playing? I think it was Alana, uh,
Darius,
Darius,
Sage,
Sage,
um,
Air
uh,
Cobra. I think Air Cobra,
Terrence, and a third Jordyn.
Terrence.
Terrence and a third Jordyn.
Yeah, and the third Jordyn. Okay, yes, yes, yes. I remember that. I
Yeah.
love. Oh my gosh, that was such a funny season because like that was our first time where we had our one of our players stay on console. Like he stayed. Like
Yep.
Terrence played on the controller no matter where he was. It was going to be on the controller. He
Yep.
was not playing no games. If it was on the computer, he's playing on that controller. If it's at home, he's playing on that controller.
Yep.
And if you're watching this and you're not really like big on gaming, controller versus PC is a whole different world. Like when you get up to the higher ranks, it doesn't really matter. But if you're like in like the lower like middle ranks, having a PC, a mouse and keyboard to like have like faster reflexes versus having like a controller that you have to like manually move back and forth, it's really very difficult to, I guess, make those rational decisions within that time frame before something bad happens.
Yeah.
And so Terrence was playing as tank. The whole team, it didn't feel like it was like cohesive as like the previous teams. This was like the first team where I felt that no matter like how hard we practice, there wasn't going to have any type of synergy. There was just a little bit of like inside drama with it, but it wasn't nothing like major that affected the team significantly. It was just more so like nitpicky things about like what certain people were doing at the time and inside the game. And it just became like it was just like, okay, well, let's just go ahead and finish the season out because like we're all burnt out. Let's just go ahead and finish it out. Let's not forfeit because we have dignity at to an extent.
Yeah.
And so
this was the first team
all
with
I
no
remember,
OGs. Just to paint a tiny picture.
yeah.
First team without any OGs. Nobody from the original Overwatch 1 team was on this roster at all. Not even me or KP, because KP was the manager. And then I was kind of like a quasi-manager. I was kind of just helping out with different things. And then Nick and we casted a few games. And then I pitched in what I could, like, in the game. They're like, oh, don't forget to do this, don't forget to do that. But that was basically my role in the team, because I actually got my team roles back that fall. Because I think, like, KP, we're just talking about, I was like, I probably just asked you, like, hey, can I just get back on the team just to, like, see what's going on or anything? And he said, yeah, and that was it. But yeah, that team did not win any games. Technically a first. No playoffs either. But, I mean, yeah, like, I was, when I was watching, I think, like, they're trying to make good efforts, but, like, I just didn't think, like, there was enough. Like, I totally sympathize with what you're saying, KB, about just, like, not really being there. But like I said, it was the first team without any like backbone, like in the team itself or in the roster itself. So yeah,
I think at that time, because like I really feel bad for Jordyn down here, because like you just started getting like competitive in that fall semester, then we had to do the hiatus, and then you know what I'm saying, like it kind of like hindered your growth when it came to that, because I was like, bruh, she can't play anymore. Like, what's going on? Like, like what's going on? And after that season was like my wake up call for, okay, maybe I need to take a step back from like being competitive altogether, focus on myself, and go ahead and like get this school stuff done. That way I can go ahead and graduate and do whatever I want to do after that, secondary education or something like that. So after that point, like during the like mid half of that season, I kind of like blanked out, but I still wanted to show up for like the game days and like encourage them to like at least still try, even though everyone was still burnt out. Because at that point, we were like, we just gonna finish it out and just call it a day.
Yeah, I remember Darius and we were talking about it earlier, and they're just like, did we even win any team fights? And I was just like, yeah, you did actually. No WAP wins, but like y'all, I will say like them playing against Capital Tech in what was it, Blizzard World. I'm gonna be completely honest. That was like the one time they like had bright spots. Not saying that like nothing against the players, but it was like the first time they were like, you know, getting up the objectives and killing people without them dying, just like stuff like that. Like when Nick and I were casting that, we were so hyped. Like we were completely hyped up just seeing that bright spot for them. But now the Overwatch team is on a hiatus. It has been, so no Overwatch 2 team for now. However, there may or may not be a Marvel Rivals team. I don't know if we have enough time to talk about Marvel Rivals. There's been talks, or actually, I think I'll tell this story really fast. There were talks to make like an alumni team for Overwatch 2 to compete and face it. But as soon as Marvel Rivals came out, all those conversations fell through. As soon as Marvel Rivals came out, they're like, we're not playing in Overwatch 2 again right now. And I'm just like,
None of that.
Valid.
And at that time, I hated Marvel Rivals because I was like, "What is this impersonator game? Like,
That's what I thought too. That's what I thought too.
What are you?
But Sarah got kind of twisted my arm to play the game, and now I have 100 hours. That's crazy.
Yeah, like I'm over
Yeah.
here like trying to
Yep.
hit diamond right now as we speak. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
like just before we got on this call, like I was
Yeah.
playing comp.
Yeah.
I was like competitive.
Yeah, I just like the. I guess just I'll make like a really quick argument about why I like Marvel Rivals more, because like ever since Overwatch 2 started bringing back Overwatch 1 things, loot boxes, and like 6v6 comp, I was just like, this is not the same game. This is just Overwatch 1 all over again. Like, I'll be honest, Overwatch 2 on launch, I loved that game. I was ready to like get Overwatch 1 out, like out with the old, in with the new. I'm completely on board. And then they just added all this old stuff, and they got rid of some stuff, and then they added perks. Perks is what killed it for me, because it's just like I'm not reading anything while I'm playing the game, and some some perks just break certain characters. Like for example, I think with Tracer, I don't know if it's patched out or not, but with Tracer, whenever you recall, you get a blink back, and it's just like no, that's just completely broken, because now she can go wherever she wants now. Like, it's just ugh. That's why I don't like it. Plus, like in Marvel Rivals, there are like certain characters that are like broken, but it's just they just focus on like pure fun. You know what I mean? Like outside of the professional scene that's like blossoming right now, it's just like Wolverine's completely broken on launch, and we just lived with it. You know what I mean? It's not like with Overwatch where every single time there's a problem, everyone wants to complain about it. But like from what I've been seeing, like Marvel Rivals, everyone was just like accepting everything as it was, and that just continued as we're on like what season 2.5 of Marvel Rivals, and the battle pass is a lot easier to complete in my opinion. It feels a lot easier to complete.
It definitely is. I completed it within like what I think like 3 weeks.
But me
Compared
too,
to like you have to take the whole season for Overwatch 2.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Nope.
I don't even care about the name badges at this point because
Or
I'm
the
trying to get
drives.
to the last. I'm trying to get to level 80. Like,
Yeah.
no.
No, the drive. I kind of came back for drives, but I would always do that. I would always do it too late. So I remember like the first time drives appeared in Overwatch 2. It's basically like at the end of a competitive season, you get these little like colored like nameplates on your nameplate. But like I went like 2 wins, 4 losses, and I just gave up. I'm just like, dude, I can't be playing this for like 10 more games for what? And like you lost points whenever you lost towards the drive. It was just a whole thing. So that's basically the end of Overwatch 2. But Marvel Rivals, we may or may not. I can't confirm or deny anything. I don't know what's happening with that, but there could be. We are running low on time, but just I'll have like 1 or 2 little like cutesy questions to ask y'all, and then we'll be on our way. My first question for y'all: if y'all have to make an Overwatch 2 roster right now, today in 2025, who would you pick? Who do you want on your team?
Fuck it. I like that, Elliot. Wait, you ate with that question. You ate with that question.
It's like
real.
It's like I majored in journalism. It's crazy. It's like I know how to ask the right questions.
Right. I'm trying to see like if it's. Did you want to go, Jordyn, or did you want
Or do you
to
need to
go
think?
after me?
Yeah, I could.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. KP for sure.
What role? Which role?
You for sure.
Me? All right. What? Me at support. Keep me on. You cut out. What'd you say?
Oops, sorry. You on support, KP on DPS.
Okay.
I think with my skills now, I think I would definitely be stronger on support.
Okay.
Fulton on tank.
You're missing a DPS.
I am. Okay, I'm literally looking at my fingers like.
Yeah. Think of everyone. Okay. Think of everyone you've ever played with, and maybe any future athletes past your time.
Okay. Because I think outside of the main people that I were like conversing with, I don't even like. This sounds so bad to say, but like it's hard for me to like remember names.
I can spout out some names for you. See if that helps you. There is no particular order. There's the other 2 Jordans because I believe Air Cobra played DPS. I don't exactly remember. So there's both Jordans. And then there is Sage, Logan. Logan was another one. Owen. Who else? Your friend, I forget, Crims. I don't remember his real name. I think he played like 1 or 2 games. Um, those are the only DPS I can think of right now.
So the other Jordyn I was on the team with played DPS.
Yeah, lovely.
Girl one or the boy one?
Huh? I wasn't there for the over one.
Oh, okay. So
Um,
lovely Jordyn. Lovely Jordyn.
Yeah, lovely. Okay.
Okay, I wouldn't want her.
Okay, so just to
Yes.
reiterate, your Jordan's role with our dream team would be KP, me, you, lovely, other Jordan, and Colton. Okay, hey, that's pretty solid. But KP, can you one up that?
Let's see. As far as like synergy wise, because like I feel like if we have the synergy, we can play about anything. I would say me, probably on tank.
Okay, yeah, I like you on tank.
You and Connor on support.
Ooh, okay.
I
Bring
would
back an OG.
have. I would have. I would want to say. I'm gonna sound crazy when I say this, but Sarah on DPS because
Ooh,
I feel like she was the most improved one when it came to Sojourn. She was like, you know what I'm saying? And then I would probably say this short on
yeah,
support. I mean on
DPS.
DPS because your Sojourn was good too. I don't know why you your Sojourn was really good. So I don't even know why you're sitting up here acting like that. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like we all have a competitiveness drive to us that if we need to get it done, we're gonna get it done. I
Yeah.
feel like.
Okay.
Hmm.
Here's my roster. It is
Okay.
KP on tank. I think you have been the most consistent tank in terms of like emotions and a hero pool. I think Lonnie and I on support. But I think like with Lonnie and I, we only played for 1 semester. We clicked so well. We clicked insanely well. We had it all down packed. And then for DPS, trying to think. Jordyn. I liked your performance throughout it. No, really, like your performance was really good. Your comms were in and out, but like that comes with time and practice. And then for the other DPS, I would say, you know what? I'm gonna go with the wild card. I'm gonna say Sage. I've played with Sage
Okay.
in different
Yeah.
games recently. I think
Summer
Sage
was good.
Sombra was
Summer
good.
was
I
good.
think Sage was the best player in that iteration of the Overwatch 2 team. And I think we get along well now, just in general. So I think that would be just some good synergy between everyone. So yeah, hey, good rosters. We'll see if we can make that happen in a show match later. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see. Final question final question before we go. What is everyone's favorite moment in Overwatch 2? Any semester, anything, throughout that entire block. I already have my answer. If you need me to go first, or if you two need to think, I can go
Yeah, you
first.
go first. Go first.
Okay,
Go
okay,
first.
okay. Hopefully, I don't steal this answer, but it is just getting to playoffs for the first time because it meant so much to me personally as the founder. Because that's just literally one of my goals: just go to playoffs. And, like we kept missing out, and then that was the time we did it. It was like right at the buzzer beater, so I felt much more sweeter. And like you'll in a future video, you'll see me like my hands in like my face. I wasn't crying or anything, but I was just like it's finally over. Like I got it done. Like I felt like it was justified. Like I can finish the season like in peace. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna be honest. If we didn't make the playoffs, then I might just join like Tranquility and just try to grind out until I got to some sort of playoffs and like have my mental health deteriorate that way. But no, I'm glad. Like that was like a perfect like natural end to my career. Just getting there, and everyone was so happy, and it was just a great time. That was just a great night.
Okay. I would probably say me getting to know so many people within that time frame because when we played Overwatch 2, that's when we had the most like diverse team in my opinion, I feel like the most diverse team. You know, because like Overwatch 1, we had like a lot of just
Dudes.
men, dudes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like we went to having like mainly dudes on the team to mainly, you know, women on the team. And I was like, wow, this is like very like, you know, this is very diverse. I was like, I've never seen this before. Like it was like very, very, very I would say like a humble experience because I'm like, they can do it just as much as we can do it. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Like, and put some of the people of my color in there. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I just love the diversity of the Overwatch 2 team because it was just real fun.
Okay. For my favorite moment, I think it would have to be, you know, making playoffs because
First
of
time?
how important it was for
Yeah.
you.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I think me and Colton just like arguing, like literally at any moment, like
I love that about
at
you.
any
Sorry.
game, like
Yeah.
it was just so hilarious to me. But
No, I loved like y'all's two chemistry. Y'all had like big like sibling energy, and I loved that.
indeed.
There's no Overwatch 3. You know, sorry that
I would hope
it's where this is where it ends. This whole series. But to that we will say farewell and take care, everyone. Bye bye.
Bye.